My name is Brajesh Samarth. I'm from Emory University. I'm a teaching professor there, and I work for Middle Eastern and South Asian studies. Today I'm going to talk about Bollywood, Hindi, and how Bollywood is helping shaping Hindi and connecting Indian diaspora to their roots. So, first and foremost, I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to the Atlanta Global Studies Center, Dr. Ethan Tran, and Dr. Stuart Minson for the warm invitation to speak here today. It is truly an honor to be in such a esteemed company. And to the audience, thanks for being here. I'm given a very difficult task here because after this colorful dance, and it's sort of academic and could be boring. So excuse me in advance, I apologize. So I'm genuinely excited to talk about something so close to my heart, Bollywood and its profound role in shaping our language, culture, and identities. In this talk, I'll explore four main concepts: the linguistic diversity of India, the history of Indian cinema, the history of Hindi, and the important role Bollywood plays in shaping Hindi in both India and Indian diaspora. Let's start with the linguistic diversity of India. India, a land of linguistic and cultural richness, is home to over 1.3 billion people who speak more than 1,600 languages. Can you imagine 1,600 languages? Among these, Hindi stands as the most widely spoken, thriving in a country with 22 officially recognized languages and 6 major religions: Hinduism, Islam, Christianity, Sikhism, Buddhism, and Jainism. India is not only the world's largest democracy, but also the 5th largest economy by nominal GDP, with projections indicating it will become one of the strongest economies globally in the coming decades. Bollywood, India's cinematic powerhouse, is the center of its cultural and economic influence, producing over 1,800 films a year, more than any other film industry worldwide. Since the 1930s, Bollywood has woven Hindi into a colorful mix of languages, blending regional dialects, the beauty of Urdu poetry, and even bits of English. The fusion mirrors India's own diversity, from the thunderous monologues of Amitabh Bachchan to the poetic whispers of Shah Rukh Khan. Bollywood has inspired and imprinted unforgettable phrases into the collective consciousness. These iconic dialogues have not only shaped everyday speech in India, but have also crossed borders, resonating with the global Indian diaspora and beyond. But Bollywood's influence goes far beyond more entertainment. It acts as a bridge connecting generations and that have drifted away from the linguistic roots. I'm talking here about Indian diaspora. For millions in the diaspora, where ancestral languages fade away with time, Hindi film songs and dialogues serve as a living, breathing connection to the heritage. The melodies of timeless songs and the rhythm of spoken Hindi in films become subconscious lessons, keeping the language alive in distant lands. India's linguistic evolution, shaped by dynasties from the Mauryas to the Mughals, saw influences from Sanskrit, Prakrit, Persian, and Urdu, all of which are inherently woven into Bollywood storytelling. Today, with the streaming platforms like Netflix and Amazon Prime bringing Bollywood into global living rooms, Hindi is no longer confined to India. It has become a global language, pulsating with the vibrancy of its cinematic origins. Bollywood's symbiotic relationship with Hindi is a testament to the power of art in shaping language and identity. As the industry evolves, so does its influence, embedding Hindi deeper into the fabric of modern communication. Through dialogues, music, and digital media, Bollywood continues to break linguistic barriers, creating a shared cultural identity and transcends geography and time. Understanding the linguistic history of India is crucial, but it's equally important to focus on the development of the 19th century, as they have a significant impact on the topic we are exploring today. Does anybody know who were the first Indians came to America, and what year? Anybody knows that? Okay. We will learn soon that Indian indenture system, 1834 to 1917, addressed labor shortage in British colonies after slavery was abolished in 1833, sending Indian workers to Caribbean, Fiji, Mauritius, South Africa, and Southeast Asia. The late 19th century was transformative for India. The 1857 revolt led to direct British rule, the Raj, in 1858. Gandhi, born in 1869, not long after that, studied law in England 1888, before moving to South Africa in 1893, came back in 1915, where he developed his philosophy of satyagraha, that is non-violent resistance. Meanwhile, in 1893, Swami Vivekananda, the spiritual guru, his speech at the Chicago World Parliament of Religions popularized Hindu philosophy. Around 1899, Sikh farmers began migrating to US, expanding Indian presence abroad beyond indentured labor. So that was the first time. If you go and see that north of San Francisco, Sacramento, you'll find that early when they are coming. Now when you go and buy carrots, almonds, and walnuts, they are all produced by Sikh farmers, Indian diaspora. As Indian settles in countries like England, Canada, and US, and the US and Australia, staying connected to Indian culture became a challenge. With limited communication options, Bollywood became a vital link, fostering cultural identity both for the diaspora and audience in India. With Hindi as its dominant language, Bollywood played a key role in shaping cultural consciousness worldwide. Given how crucial cinema has become and been in preserving Indian culture and the Hindi language, it's worth exploring how cinema first arrived in India. What do you think? Does anyone know in the audience how long India has been making movies? Any number, any year? Well, we'll learn soon. Well, I teach this, I know these numbers, don't feel bad. This is my Ph.D. research as well, so don't worry. The Lumiere brothers, Auguste and Louis, had already showcased their films publicly on December 28, 1895, at the Grand Café in Paris, France. This event is considered the birth of cinema, as it was the first commercial public screening of motion pictures. Only after 6 months, the Lumiere brothers' films were screened in India. On July 7, 1896, at Watson Hotel in Bombay, now Mumbai. This event marked the beginning of cinema in India, and it was the first time motion pictures were publicly shown in the country. The screening featured 6 short films, including The Arrival of a Train and The Sprinkled. If you get a chance, you go on YouTube at some point and go and see that, The Arrival of a Train. It's more like a 49-second clip that we do these days with our camera, right? And it's just a scene that they just filmed. That was the first movie ever produced. The novelty of moving images on the screen left the viewers mesmerized, with some even flinching or stepping back, especially during the screening of Arrival of a Train, because the train is coming and they thought the train would just come out from the screen, not realizing it was an optical illusion. The Lumiere brothers faced several challenges when they introduced cinema to India in 1896. So cinema was already introduced in India 1896. So no wonder now we are making more than 1,800 movies a year. Cinema was a completely new concept to the Indian audience, who were more familiar with the traditional form of entertainment like theaters or puppet shows. The cinematograph, a bulky machine used to project moving images, had to be transported from France to India. That posed logistical challenges. Additionally, the films were silent and short, and their Western content, mostly depicting everyday scenes from Europe, had little cultural relevance to the Indian audience at that time. While many were fascinated by the technology, others were confused and skeptical, as the medium of silent films was unfamiliar. Despite the initial curiosity, cinema did not immediately become a mass phenomenon in India. It took time for the medium to gain widespread appeal, but this screening laid the foundation for the future growth of Indian cinema. Following this event, Dadasaheb Phalke, known as the father of Indian cinema, made the first full-length Indian feature film, Raja Harishchandra, in 1913. A silent film based on a mythological story, the film marked the beginning of Indian cinema as an art form, setting the foundation for the future of filmmaking in the country. The silent era from 1913 to 1930s saw Indian cinema take root, especially in cities like Bombay, Calcutta, and Chennai. During this time, Indian filmmakers largely focused on mythological, historical, and religious stories drawn from the Indian epics like the Mahabharata and Ramayana. The film during this period was silent, but live music was often incorporated into the screening to enhance the experience. The growing popularity of cinema led to the establishment of Indian film studios. The talkie revolution, the talkie is like when the sound was introduced. The talkie revolution began in 1931 with Alam Ara, the first Indian sound film, marking the birth of Bollywood. That was a year that you can call it Bollywood was born, though the term was given in 1970s. For the first time, audience could hear dialogues and songs, making movies more engaging. This helped popularize Hindi and allowed filmmakers to experiment with sound, music, and effects, making Indian cinema more appealing to a wider audience. During the golden age of Indian cinema, Hindi was heavily Sanskritized. That means classical Sanskrit, that most of the words are coming from Sanskrit. As films were often evolved or revolved around themes of nationalism, mythology, or historical events. However, after the 1970s, Bollywood's language began to evolve, shifting towards a blend of Hindi-Urdu. Today, it has transformed into Hinglish, a dynamic mix of Hindi and English, reflecting the changing linguistic landscape of modern India. The transformation of Hindi in Bollywood mirrors its evolution over centuries within India. The history of Hindi is a testament to the dynamic nature of language, shaped by cultural and political shifts over time. Hindi traces its roots to Sanskrit, the classical language used to chant the Vedas around 1500 BCE. While Sanskrit stayed formal and precise, Prakrit emerged as a simpler spoken form for everyday use. Later, during the Mughal era, Persian blended with local dialects to form Urdu. The word Hindi itself comes from a Persian word, Hind, that means the land of Indus River, Indus the river, showing the deep cultural mix. In the 19th century, in the 19th century, British colonial rule influenced Hindi further. After the 1857 rebellion, the linguistic divide grew. Urdu became linked to Muslims and Hindi to Hindus. Still, language was not so strictly separated. Bollywood, for example, often mixed Hindi and Urdu, as seen in Dilip Kumar's poetic lines in Mughal-e-Azam in 1960s. Persian continued to shape Hindi, especially in literature and poetry, from medieval poets like Kabir and Mirabai to modern writers like Premchand and Mahadevi Verma. Hindi grew into a powerful and expressive language. Today, shaped by regional and historical influences, colloquial Hindi reflects a rich thousand-year legacy. This rich linguistic heritage laid the foundation for Hindi's modern evolution, where it continues to evolve and adapt in the public sphere. One of the key forces in shaping contemporary Hindi is Bollywood, going back to the Bollywood again, which has played a crucial role in both preserving and popularizing the language across India and beyond. Through its vast reach, Bollywood has embedded Hindi into everyday life, standardizing and modernizing its usage. Iconic films like Mughal-e-Azam and Sholay showcase both poetic and conversational Hindi, making the language more accessible and appealing across diverse regions. Beyond just promoting the language, Bollywood integrates elements of poetry, folklore, and traditional storytelling, fostering linguistic pride and cultural continuity. Bollywood music, with its widespread popularity, we just saw that, has further cemented Hindi's dominance, transcending linguistic barriers and reaching audiences worldwide. Furthermore, Bollywood's global influence has made Hindi more accessible to non-native speakers. Subtitled films have helped second-generation Indian immigrants and international audiences connect with the language, expanding its global appeal. In many ways, Bollywood has not just reflected the evolution of Hindi, it has actively shaped it, ensuring its survival and vibrancy of generations to come. Bollywood has become a vital lifeline for the 35 million and more than that non-resident Indians, we call them NRIs, scattered across the globe, maintaining a deep emotional and cultural connection to their homeland. In fact, when asked what keeps them connected to India, an overwhelming 90% of NRIs pointed to Bollywood as an answer. A prime example of enduring love affair between NRIs and Bollywood began in 1995 with the movie Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge, DDLJ. The film's iconic Raj Simran romance captivated audiences so profoundly that the movie ran in Mumbai theaters for an astonishing 25 years. One movie that was running for 25 years straight. Not due to the domestic demand, but because NRIs kept flying back to watch it as well. This phenomenon demonstrates just how deeply Bollywood resonates with the diaspora. Another film that exemplifies Bollywood's profound impact on the diaspora is Swadesh, 2004, where Shah Rukh Khan delivers an emotionally charged performance as a successful NRI who returns to India. His portrayal captured the hearts of audience worldwide. The song Ye Jo Desh Hai Mera became an anthem, with many NRIs moved by the film that they quit their jobs and returned to India. The phenomenon was called brain drain and then reversed to that. This is not just cinema, it's a deeply emotional experience. A typical Bollywood movie blends family values, patriotism, love, music, dance, drama, politics, and everything in between, creating a rich, unforgettable tapestry. Salman Rushdie in The Moor's Eye, in his book, The Moor's Last Sigh, 1995, describes this genre as epico, mythico, tragico, comico, super sexy, high masala art. What makes Bollywood stands out is that it does not represent a realistic India, but an idealized, nostalgic version of it. The memory India, where everything runs smoothly, neighbors dance together, and love conquers all. Moreover, Bollywood has increasingly addressed the unique experiences of the diaspora, producing films that explore themes of migration, identity, and nostalgia. Movies like Swadesh and The Namesake, if you have not watched the movie Namesake, is one of my favorite movies. It's about a professor who visits to America and then what happened to the family. It's beautiful. It's a hard movie. Namesake delves into the emotional struggle of expatriates, capturing the inner turmoil of those torn between longing for India and navigating the complexities of their new lives abroad. These films offer a nuanced portrayal of the emotional dilemma faced by people caught between two worlds, resonating deeply with diaspora audiences who see their own stories reflected on screen. When my daughter watched this movie in school, Namesake, and she saw me as a professor, she started crying because she could see exactly my struggle, my family's struggle in that movie. The connection is further strengthened through Bollywood's depiction of the immigrant experience, providing a space for the diaspora to reflect on their identity, history, and what home truly means. Bollywood's global reach has exploded, deepening its role as a cultural bridge connecting the Indian diaspora with their roots. The international success of films, along with the rise of Bollywood-themed events that you can see a lot in Atlanta, film festivals and streaming platforms tailored for the diaspora, has created a vibrant worldwide cultural movement. Bollywood celebrities have skyrocketed to international fame, further igniting the global appeal of Hindi cinema and Indian culture. These platforms provide diaspora communities with a treasure trove of films that resonate with their unique experiences, helping them stay connected to the heritage while navigating life abroad. The emotional and cultural ties that Bollywood nurtures are essential in preserving the diaspora's sense of identity, offering them a powerful and enriching way to stay in touch with their homeland in an increasing interconnected world. In conclusion, Bollywood plays a profound and multifaceted role in contemporary society. Far beyond being just a form of entertainment, it is a vital cultural guardian of Hindi language, helping to preserve and spread it across the globe. By keeping Hindi alive in the hearts of millions, Bollywood not only sustains India's linguistic identity, but also creates a powerful bond among the Indian diaspora, keeping them closely connected to the cultural roots. Bollywood is more than a movie industry. It is a powerful vehicle for patriotism. It stirs national pride, encourages reflection on societal issues, and evokes deep emotional responses through its compelling storytelling. So when somebody dismisses it with it's just a movie, we must remember that its true significance. It is why a child in the US greets with Namaste, why a soldier in Siachen says "Ae Watan," and how India remains unified, not through politics, but through a shared cultural experience. Bollywood transcends the boundaries of cinema. It is a unifying cultural force that binds people across borders and generations with its resonant stories. It continues to expand its influence, strengthening cultural ties with the Indian diaspora and fostering a deep sense of nationalism among Indians worldwide. Last paragraph, just one more. As the industry evolves, Bollywood's impact on language preservation, cultural identity, and the shaping of national narratives remains crucial. It ensures that Hindi and the Indian spirit will continue to hold global prominence, while Bollywood not only entertains but also educates and unites. Whether through linguistic preservation, cultural connectivity, or stirring patriotic emotions, Bollywood is an enduring force that will shape both Indian society and the international perception of India for generations to come. Thank you.